Army Corps engineers here. Force protection condition, level of security. Huh. They're talking about in here? It looks like it's just a hangout, a kitchen.
Can I help you?
Well, yeah, I want you understand what the force protection condition means?
Yeah, that's just what the condition we're under right now.
Do you know the levels? Is there something I could look at to see what levels we got?
No.
No? I'm just what am I supposed to assume with this?
It just assumes that that's the security level we're at. It's probably just
Does-
always alert of what's going on. That's
Oh,
why I'm
it's just
asking
a
you, 'cause
general.
Yeah.
Just a general warning.
Yeah.
There's no chart to show levels of warnings, so we just kind of assume it's always kind of a plateau.
Right now, that's
of
where it's at.
a plateau of security.
Mm-hmm.
And I look inside, and it's just a kitchen. I'm trying to understand like what's
Well, this
because
is the employee side of things. The
Oh.
visitors are up there.
oh well I don't know, you didn't have it fenced off.
No, it's not. It's the garden's for everybody to walk through and enjoy.
Yeah.
This right here, I mean.
I was
people
actually gonna sit. What's that?
So people can sit here.
Yeah, I mean I figured maybe the Wi-Fi might reach over here.
Wi-Fi works better up there.
Well, okay, I can move over there. I just
Well, the Wi-Fi is more for visitors, and that's the visitor center.
okay.
And the strength as you get farther away is weaker.
Well, it might be good because this is my strongest computer that can reach Wi-Fi from further distances away. So I don't know. I was just gonna sit here, but
Yeah, you're more welcome to stay here, but you probably have better strength up there.
Okay.
That's.
Well, okay. You sound like you know where the Wi-Fi box is. Do you know where it's located?
It's somewhere in that part of the building.
Yeah, it's not over here. It's not in the center, right? This little because by the way it's designed, it might be best. You think it'd be best for Wi-Fi to be right in the center, but then I guess you want to focus on the visitors more.
The visitors are
So-
keep it up here for them.
So I guess you would maybe put it more in the entryway or something. Okay.
But yeah,
What?
it's all free Wi-Fi for all visitors that want to come into the visitor
Yeah.
center and outside the edge of the building.
Yeah, as soon as I look at your sign, you're jumping out the. You must have been watching me for a little bit, I guess.
Well, usually when somebody comes back here, they get lost. They don't know where they're going.
Okay,
So,
but you got good view here, so you can either watch your cameras or watch through the windows to see. I mean, yeah, I guess I can go over there to play on the Wi-Fi,
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, you'll have better coverage over there.
Okay.
So.
Well, I was kind of curious about looking at your solar panels.
Yeah, we put solar in a few years ago.
Oh, it's kind of a recent thing you're saying.
Yeah, probably been, I don't know, 6 years. 7 years.
Oh, that's okay, somewhat recent. All right. Oh, you got your sign over there.
Yeah,
And you're just. I mean, I can look through, right? Is that okay? You just have a warning. I mean, oh, there's a couple of guys in there. All right. Just having a morning meeting, right?
Yeah,
I know I'm a little unusual for a visitor because I'm not a part of a group or anything. I just kind of, I mean, you should get that. I would expect random people who.
Oh yeah, we have people from all over the country show up over here just to check us out.
Yeah, at different times of the year. It's a colder time of the year, so it's like maybe unusual to see people here.
Yeah, that's your car across the road.
Yep, that's me. Yeah.
I don't know if that. On the bike trail, we got a pretty good sized bike trail
Well,
around the lake.
it's open, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I think it's interesting that you.
Right there, as you can see, that's part of it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that you closed down the bicycle trail for hunting,
Well,
and for 3 times a year.
we've got
That's
10 days of gun season.
ten,
And people hunt in those areas too. We don't want somebody getting shot.
and that's 10 days over 3 times.
Yeah.
3 different periods of time.
There's a
With-
3-day season, a 4-day season, and another 3-day season.
Yeah, without any bow hunting, it's just gun.
Just gun. That's state
And-
rules.
That's what
That's state rules, state laws for hunting.
the
The,
what?
The gun seasons. They got both
Yeah.
seasons. and
Oh,
they got
you're following state rules.
Yeah.
You know, they would do this any other lands.
Yeah.
3 times a year.
It's even
10.
on private land.
It's
state rules.
10 days hunting allowed every year, state law.
With a gun.
right? Oh, with the gun? Okay, and then you get extended for bow.
Bow's like
Pro-
3.5, 4 months or something like that, so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe checking out the marina or something.
Yeah, it's about
I-
a mile down the road.
Yeah, it looked like that. I'm studying the map now, getting familiar with this region.
Where you from?
Yeah, well, I'm a traveler, just traveling. I will say that I was sleeping at the Benton, the Walmart in the parking lots, but there's this smog in the air. It woke me up, and I had to get somewhere that has a little more open air.
We definitely have open air here.
I noticed that Mount Vernon seems to be kind of a truck parking area. They've got hundreds and hundreds of trucks, and then
All the rest stops here will be full every night.
Yeah.
All the way out the
Yeah.
entry ramp and all that.
yeah, it's a lot of trucking activity, and it seems
Well,
like
57,
they fill the air.
57 is right in the middle of Interstate 24 and 57 come together south
Yeah.
of Marion, then up here 64 north of around Mount Vernon. So it's kind of we're in the middle of
It's-
all those interstates, right?
You would say that because I get the feeling there's like three big truck stops, like I forget their names. I don't know, just various like truck gas stations and truck parking. They park the trucks next to each other and all of that.
They got the big gas stations where they take showers and all that.
Yeah, the truck stops, and then they made a new one. It looks like because it's not on the map. They made a new one in the region up north, and still I could see it on the map too. It's just an empty plot of land, and still these truckers are parking in places they're not supposed to, and around. And I was moving several times. I don't know. I got a sensitivity to that smog. It's
Like I said, the 57 corridor here, just because of the two interstates above and below, that this is just the main thoroughfare to get up to either one.
Yeah, and
it's
they
overloaded with trucks.
and they stop. Yeah, they're parking in places that have signs that say no trucks here, and so even though they made that new truck stop, it's still not enough.
No.
There's still
They just built a big one in Marion too, and it's still.
there's one in Marion might be considered. Yeah, this is like a corridor for truckers or something.
There's about a 40-mile stretch here where that one interstate connects
Yeah.
two others.
And then, I think there's just too much. There's a smog from all this activity or something. But then you also got the oil pumping going on.
There's a lot of that.
Does the Army Corps have any oil pumps?
We've got oil on our property, but it's not ours. It's
Okay.
The mineral rights is owned by others,
Oh,
so
they can lease a oil pump. They can bring it onto your land, and then they pay you rent to pump out the oil if they desire.
we've got several of those.
Do you know if it's called a certain basin or a shale? Is there a certain name that you're?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know what that's called.
Because I know I learned that in like North Dakota. There's like a shale basin. It's called this particular name, and it
is here too, but I'm not familiar with what it's
Okay,
called. Because
all right.
coal mining's huge here too. It used to be really big, but it's with the sulfur coal and stuff, they kind of backed off. But there's still several mines here.
sulfur coal. There's not just coal. There's different types of coal.
It's when they burn this off, I guess the sulfur's so strong in it, they've kind of backed off on using this. Now they've got the scrubbers to clean it and all that, but it's so expensive to do it, it's almost not worth harvesting that coal.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
there's
Yeah, I know there's sulfur springs. Sulfur gets into everything. Sulfur gets into coal, gets into springs. I smelt sulfur springs in like Colorado.
Yeah.
They let people access those springs. They're not very pleasant to be around. They're
Smell like rotten eggs.
rotten eggs. They're free,
Yeah.
and they attract flies. So maybe the sulfur coal would attract flies as well.
Yeah, it's just, they say it's bad for the atmosphere and it's burnt, so they kind of backed off on it.
Yeah.
They still do it, but just not as heavy as they used to. There was probably, in this county alone, there's probably 20 or 25 mines at one time back in the early 1900s.
20 to 25 mines.
Half
Big.
this lake was coal mined under at one time before they built the lake.
And this lake was only half the size, I suppose, right? It's so a lot of operations are underwater now where they were just on land before, right? So it's
Yeah, when they impounded the lake, most of that coal mining happened before the lake was impounded.
yeah.
Some of the shafts have collapsed.
The lake filled in the shafts.
Some of it, yeah.
There'd be long.
The only place they didn't do it was over around the dam. They had a coal mine around that dam. So
There's a coal mine that people could see.
uh,
You're saying that this is something
most
that
of it's long wall, which is underground. You won't be able to see it, but you can see some of the big tall gob piles where the slag and stuff where they dug it out
and put
they piled
okay
up and
pile.
they covered over it.
Okay.
There's several of those around. If you see big mounds of dirt around in open areas and stuff, that's probably what those
Yeah.
coal mines.
Yeah, you can't assume it's one of your projects. I mean, it's not all not all piles of earth are your projects. They're old mining operations that occurred here.
Yep.
So all
Still
right.
a lot of coal here, but they haven't got it all.
Yeah, there's other sources that are and it's I don't know. Coal's been kind of abandoned as a fuel source anyway. So
Yeah, it's not
yeah, but you got plenty of those pumps, those oil pumps on people's property, on cornfields.
Yep.
It's all.
You can't go a couple miles without seeing an oil pump somewhere.
Yeah, that's surprising. I didn't notice them in the north part of Illinois. Started seeing, and I didn't notice them in the west part of Illinois. I started seeing them center and more south. They just started showing, and I started seeing businesses supporting the oil operations. As people make a business entirely based on supporting oil, and I mean they're not like in like Texas or Oklahoma where you can see one every 20 feet or so. These are a little bit more spread out. You don't think of Illinois as an oil pumping state.
No, you think of Texas.
I never think of this place. Yeah, Louisiana. I would never think of Illinois. So that's a surprise, and it's something you find out by traveling. That's in noticing these things. So that's.
Southern Illinois used to be known for basically coal mines, and it kind of died off. Now it's oil, but
Yeah.
there's really not much here. This is the biggest thing to offer. This in the Shawnee National Forest.
And
Southern Illinois.
yeah, and to get back to your position, I actually when I was in I think it was Oregon, I actually saw a ticket put on somebody's car from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. You guys can rate tickets.
Yeah, for certain things.
Yeah, for parking. You guys.
Parking, anything that has to do with recreation in our parks and the lake, we can write tickets for.
Yeah, you write fines, and then what kind of do you know that system? You're a part of it, right? Would you consider yourself an officer? You're wearing a badge.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, pretty much a federal officer that's carry weapons.
You could send them. You could send people through a court system, but is it probably the county court? Just kind of throw.
It's federal.
Oh, it's a federal. You get a ticket with U.S. Corps of Engineers, and then you have to go with a parking ticket. You have to go before a federal judge.
If you pay it, you don't have to.
Well,
if you fight it, then you got to go to a magistrate. We got to go to court and all that.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was interesting when I saw that.
Yep.
You guys, you don't rely on the sheriffs to come in so much.
Sheriffs help us out a lot.
Okay.
Things,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, the sheriffs they're just right around the corner. So anytime we need them, they're here.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Especially if somebody that
I suppose. Yeah.
Anybody's unruly, when somebody arrests them, they got to arrest them, not us.
Multi-level.
Mm-hmm.
So this is.
Cold. I'm gonna go towards the front. Let's go towards the front.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm holding you up with the cold. I'm keeping warm with all my jackets.
I didn't realize it was cold. So
It's supposed to warm up today.
It is. It's supposed to be pretty today.
Past couple of nights or in the 20s, teens.
We haven't had winter yet this year.
You'd
the coldest day we've had.
you'd expect to see snow at some. What do you have in the past? You'd have seen.
A little bit of snow this time.
Okay,
January, February until we start seeing snow.
it's kind of rare. So
It's rare all the time. Getting a little warmer every year.
yeah, I'm heading further south, so I'm trying to escape the cold a little bit, but not in a big rush to get south.
That's good. It looks like we're gonna get some rain this weekend.
I saw that. Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna look. Check the maps. Check the forecast. Get familiar with the region. Yeah, rain instead of snow. That sounds like a better deal. And that's not a manual thing. That's a natural process, right? You're saying that's.
Yeah, we don't let a whole lot of water out. All we
the
let
spillway.
Out keep the river running, and the rest of it's just impounded and held back. But it's one of the lowest it's ever been in record here right now. It's not like dangerously low, but it's just low.
Yeah, there's no city. Yeah, you don't. Okay, I've heard of like these dams. They've dammed up and flooded out cities in some parts of the country, like Utah. There's a city it was underwater, but now it's no longer, and that was because of the Hoover Dam. So
yeah,
that's
this one here used to flood this whole area a lot.
This water.
Well, before they put the lake in.
Yeah.
They used to flood so bad. Then they'd go
Yep.
into major droughts. So what they did is they said, well, we need to supply water to the communities around here. We need
Oh
to
yeah,
control floods
management.
and all that.
There's,
And they built it.
and there's a whole legal system about water rights. It's people fighting for water rights.
Yeah, yeah. We got the people that supply water. They buy the water from us.
Yeah.
And they supply it to all the communities around the area, several counties.
Yep, the water, and historically I read that Illinois tended to be kind of just a lot of maybe swamps or just low-lying water all over, and you had to clear that so you could make the farmland available.
That's what they did here. They made the farmland, and they found out, hey, that wasn't a great idea because it either floods or it gets too dry.
Yep, they went right to farming and then found out the hard way that they had to do a little bit more to manage that.
They had major droughts back in the 20s, 30s, whatever it was around here.
20s, 30s, yep.
And then
It was a time to be alive back then. They could see everything was perfect. Everything they did. I mean, we had all the tech. We had a lot of. We were very advanced technologically, so we could do a lot. And figured nature couldn't stop us, right? And we found out the hard way over time that we have our limits with how we can deal with that. Yeah.
this is called Rend Lake.
Rend, yep.
And that's Rend City, just over the hill there.
There's a Rend City, okay.
It's just a small little. There's probably 30 houses in it. It's just a small place.
Okay, village.
Coal mine right there. Yeah.
I kind of noticed on the map. I didn't see any major cities or whatever.
Closest big town is Benton's, like right on this corner. Chester's over here. We got the little town of Whittington on that corner. We got Mount on the north end.
Yeah, this lake has a community around it, and it's nice that there's some lakes that are completely blocked off from the public to visit because it's all privately owned, or they'll just give you a little sliver of a space to have access to the water.
Depends on when these lakes were put in the law to design. The Eisenhower era.
And
there was a lot of public or private ground and a lot of private entities around it.
Oh, okay.
Not in Eisenhower.
Maybe eminent.
Eisenhower, but this was, I forgot who. So therefore, it's basically set up for wildlife. Fisheries and wildlife.
And, okay, a little eminent. Okay, and you wouldn't call this a reservoir. You're calling this a lake.
Well, it's a reservoir.
It is okay. All right. Yeah.
Its name's Rend Lake. All of the lakes for the Corps.
Lake,
but they're a reservoir.
Rend Reservoir. It doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
But it's easier just to say it's a lake.
Like Lake Shelbyville, Carlisle Lake. They're all core lakes in the area.
Yeah, they're okay. They were man-made, lakes, and you could see evidence of that. I mean, pretty good evidence. The difference between what's a man-made lake and what naturally forms. So you'll have different kinds of erosion along the shore, and
We got a lot of erosion here. You'll see where we've protected some of it with rock. We don't want to do that everywhere because it's not natural.
Yeah.
To save areas, it keeps the lake around longer too because it won't silt in as fast.
Yeah, the spillway, just one side is all rock, the other side is just you left it as is, the mud. Yeah, you can only do so much. It's
there's different, I guess, materials in that dam. Some to help water seep through cleanly, because there's always going to be water seep no matter what kind of dam you got. And and you got the different piping systems through there to let water find a way through without having to take the material with it to blow the dam out and all that.
Yeah. Do you have to do dredging every year?
No, we did some dredging last year on some of the boat ramps because they silted in.
Oh, yep.
Complaining about hitting the lower units on their boat
Yeah.
motors and all that. So we did get some money to dredge some of the ramps, but that's the first time we've dredged here in years.
Okay, yeah.
And these lakes are designed for 75 to 100 years. They say the coal mines with the subsidence we had here added another probably 25 to 50 years to this lake. We just passed year 51, so we still got another 50 to 100 years left on this lake.
Yeah, that's experts can determine that kind of stuff. It's, I mean, predicting the future. It's, I mean, with the way the climate changes, it's, I guess it's something for the experts to do. And this is a more of a customer friendly Army Corps engineers area than other Army Corps engineer areas I've seen.
Yeah, a lot of them have like a lot of marinas, a lot of resorts, a lot of boat docks.
Wow.
Boat docks on their lake.
That's all.
This one doesn't.
You're saying this one is lacking?
It has one marina. It's got
I've never.
one resort. And
This is. You've seen. Where have you seen better? I've only.
It's my favorite lake of all time. Even
Well,
when I grew up here, this is my favorite lake.
Well, I've never visited a visitor center that has I've never gotten free Wi-Fi from Army Corps Engineers Center.
Yeah.
All right, I've never had this type of. I've never seen it. Usually they're just smaller operations. They just work on the dam.
Whenever Obama when they did the ERA projects.
The ERA.
It was I don't know what it stood for, but getting America back to work again.
Oh, that okay.
So they put a bunch of money on us, and we built this big building.
Okay, 2008 or 9, 10.
So we moved in here in early 11.
Okay.
Or late 10, something like that.
This is okay.
So yeah, we used to have a small little building up on the hill by the radio tower.
Yeah,
This was our maintenance compound. It's always been here, and our visitor center was on the other side of the dam, and they combined it all.
Oh, you did have a visitor center though, still.
Yeah, but now we moved it all over here. This is the visitor center, all the offices, and then all the maintenance is in the back.
Yeah, and for you to provide the free Wi-Fi too, that's just amazing because usually a lot of places they don't bother. But we're so out remotely, it's I don't know, it's a surprise. I get surprises, in remote areas, and that's just that's projects are up and down. Is it? Yeah, it's. Chili, I don't mean to keep you out here.
All right.
I'm fine myself.
Other questions? Come back in and find me or something.
Yeah, well.
Get out of the wind. It's not too bad. The wind ain't blowing on me.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
But, yeah.
So.
Do you have any questions? I mean, most of the lakes closed right now. The campgrounds we close them in the winter.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Because we can't winterize stuff and keep them going.
Well,
freeze and bust.
I don't believe the spillway is a camped area, and I was parked there, and you block it off. And I know there's a parking lot at the end of the spillway road, curves around, and you block it.
What happened there this time of year ended up being a dump site.
Refrigerators,
sofas, all that kind of stuff. So we're like, we got to do something. So we.
Okay.
People can go back there and hunt.
Yeah, I just walk back there.
But we just keep traffic because we don't want them to go back there and dump like they were doing.
It's easier to drive back there to dump than and it's.
It's kind of in the open right there. It's easy.
Yep.
People can catch them right there. They can't come back.
Because I was parked there yesterday, just hanging out during the daytime use only. So I just thought that happens with people dumping. That's.
We've got a few places like that. We try to curb it. We used to have dumpsters in more places, but people started bringing all their household garbage.
Yep.
Filling them up, and we pay them for their garbage disposal, so we can stop that.
Yeah, that's something else. People get creative with dumping their trash.
Yeah.
They'll look around. They'll drive for miles and miles just to dump a bag, and then some will just say whatever, throw it off the side of the road at some point.
Yep.
Yeah. And for you guys have to branch out your operation with that type of stuff. You're not just a Corps of engineers. I don't know if you have an engineering degree or not, but you're more than just engineers. You're doing.
We're basically, what we do is land stewards, and water stewards. We take
Oh,
care of
you could. Okay, that's the definition.
Yeah, we do support wildlife management, big time tree management, we do campground management, we do transportation, we do programming, water safety.
And law enforcement too.
Law enforcement, yeah, we do a little bit of all of it.
And I mean, this is maybe kind of weird to say, but I know like Lewis and Clark, they were the Corps of Discovery. You're the Corps of Engineers.
They were the beginnings of the Corps of Engineers.
They're the beginnings of the I wonder, they're the Corps of Discovery. So there must be maybe other corps, like, well, there's the Army Corps or whatever, there's a Marine Corps, but you think there's other corps maybe that branched off from the Discovery? Then you branched off as engineers.
Yeah, we're the original. Lewis and Clark was, like I said, they were basically who started.
Because they just traveled around and jotted on their notes that they saw weird things.
Yeah, they charted all the waterways and all the ways to the west.
Yeah, it started at Fort Camp Dubois. But the Army Corps of Engineers doesn't look over that.
No, that's my guess. That's probably the Park Service.
Yeah, it was handed over because you have no work to do over there. You guys kind of have to have some kind of work to do, and then maintenance after the work.
Mostly those historic sites are managed by the National Park Service. They tell the story.
Yep.
They keep them up and tell the story.
Yeah.
Forest Service, they manage the forest, the National Forest, and
tell
the story there. We manage reservoirs.
Yeah, you maintain, and it's mostly water. The Army Corps of Engineers is mostly a water-based type of corps, right?
Like our main office is in St. Louis with all the main engineers and.
For the nation?
No, just for this district. There's the headquarters in Washington.
Washington. Okay.
We got there's a districts all across the U.S. One in the St. Louis district. They manage mostly the Mississippi and the Missouri part of the Illinois.
Yeah.
We're part of that. We're part of the flood drainage to those.
Yeah.
So big money goes to the Mississippi. Cascade goes to Mississippi. So we're a part of that.
All right. Yeah. Mississippi is unmanageable as far as I can see.
I was over it the other day, and it's really low too.
It's okay. And then it'll just come rushing sometime later.
Yeah, it'll fill back up eventually.
It's a balance, I'm sure. You don't want to let your guard down because it's too low. Because if so, the water's low. What could be causing? So from what I understand, it's like when it's really when you have a dry spell in the U.S., Australia's got a flood problem. It's like it seems like there's some kind of
it's raining somewhere.
A world balance going on.
So that rain's coming down somewhere. It may not be where it's usually coming down, but it's somewhere coming down in the world.
Yeah, so there's
That's why people are getting wetter than they used to be. That was arid. Some people are getting drier. That was really wet, and it's just evolving. It's always changing.
All right, and are you make it sound like maybe global warming could be creeping in?
Yeah, I don't.
If it's drier than it normally is and wetter than
I've got my own suspicion about
it.
I think the world is ever changing, and it's just a cycle. We're in a long cycle where we're at now, and it's changing.
Do you think the glaciers reached this point? No, they probably did. They did?
Yeah, that's why we're pretty flat here.
Flat.
Once you get south of Marion, then you start seeing the big bluffs and the hills. That's where.
There's a line. You notice more of a line, and that's not far south of here. I gotta.
Glaciers were, for the most part, it's pretty flat here, and they're starting to break up. You can tell. But once you get a little east, a little west, a little south of here. Broke up
smoothed out. So we'll see some weird rocks maybe in the forest.
You get down in the Shawnee, there's rocks all over the woods and forests and things.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. It's totally different than what it is here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're right on the edge of the flatland, I guess you say.
Yeah, this is very flat. There's no mountains. You look anywhere, you don't see anything rising above the tree line. And that's a nice sight. I seen that when I was in the Rocky Mountains area. That's it's like, well, Denver, whatever, just see mountains off in the distance. It's that, you know, you're tall. No matter the tallest building in Denver, looks like nothing compared to those mountains off in the distance.
Yeah, you get down around, get into Tennessee around Nashville area, and you start getting into some mountainous areas down in there.
Okay. Yeah, that's
probably part of the Appalachians. They is maybe, but then once you get over,
yeah, because
towards Knoxville, then you get into the Appalachians.
Because yeah,
it's not like it is in the Rockies, but
yeah, you got the Rocky, you got the Ozarks,
yeah.
And then there's a maybe flat area, and then the Appalachians.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope to look in. I drove around the Ozarks and yeah, the Rocky Mountains. I haven't been in the Appalachians. I'm curious.
Yeah. It's some old mountains. I mean, they're smooth tops. They're not rock top like the Rockies, but
okay. Oh, okay. Over time.
Just to wear down. They're not near as tall as they used to be, but they're still big. I mean, they're still really
You've been okay. It sounds like you maybe been in the area.
Yeah, I was just there about 3 weeks ago. Drove through parts of Knoxville and around the Nashville area.
Get some ginseng.
No, we were going somewhere. We just passed through.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is it? How's the driving? Is it just steep, and you're going on some?
Roads you take, but yeah,
you notice?
There's some steep roads. Yeah.
You just okay. We got to put it in second gear or something, and.
I don't know if it's that bad.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you go once you leave here and go on 24 down to Nashville, before you get to Nashville, there's past Nashville. There's a pretty steep grade there. Where you got
steep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not a fan of those steep drives. It's in the Rocky Mountains.
About 3 or 4 mile stretch, and it's over. Then you fly back out and climb again.
Okay. Yeah. Not really a fan. You notice many Amish in this region by chance?
There is a community east of Mount Vernon.
East of Mount Vernon, yes. I think that's right.
Out of Highway 15.
Just a little community that's just in that area. Okay.
I don't know how many families are there, but we had some cabinetry built there one time, and that's where it came from. And
okay.
Some around
Oh, and they did the work, the Amish? Yep.
Because Anna, there may be a small community down around Anna too, south of here.
Yeah. They have.
They're scattered.
They are. They
You get up, what's the name of that town? Central Illinois. That's pretty much all Amish. There's a lot more in the central part of the state.
Yeah, I must have blown through that area then. I didn't. Illinois. The only Illinois one is just in Mount Vernon area. I guess I've noticed.
Yeah.
You got Wisconsin. They're spread out, in other places, but yeah, it's in Missouri even. I've seen theirs, but
They just come around. They buy up some land and they have little communities all over the place now.
Yep. Yeah, that's okay. They're not really near this area that's
about 25 miles probably from here.
Yeah, that's a little too far for the buggies. On these roads too, a lot of these roads are just not safe for pedestrians. And I mean, that's unfortunate for travel. If you don't have a car, you want to use something else besides a car. It's really difficult the way the road system is set up here.
It's a good thing we got
it's so car
trail helps here. Really
yeah.
Just gonna ride your bike. We can get you about 3/4 of the way around the lake.
Oh, you can't go completely around?
No, not yet. They ain't got it built yet. The bridges are too expensive, so we gotta wait till.
Okay.
Oh, you ready to build part of one for us, and we got a couple more to go.
You need.
I thought I heard you talking over here. Aren't you cold?
I'm cold.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
How are you standing out here?
I'm out of the wind, so it ain't as
You want
bad.
to borrow him your jacket?
My jacket was fitting in.
Oh, is it? Okay, I don't mean to hold him up or anything. I'm going to use the Wi-Fi and just figure things out. I mean, but this is a lot of interesting things to talk about. But I mean, I don't mean to hold.
No, that's what we're here for. We're here for information.
Oh, it's part of your. I mean, it's better. You're more used to larger groups explaining things to kids or.
Yeah, some of the gals in there, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Pre-Ks.
you kind of you have a script that you work off of explaining the various things.
Different topics we got.
And it's just interesting to me that not every Army Corps of Engineers office area has such a large setup. So Yeah, they would, if schools wanted to get information from the Army, if they wanted to do a tour of the Army Corps Engineers, they'd have to come from far away. I would think many schools. You can't just go to any local. Well, I don't think you can't go to any local Army Corps Engineers office and ask to do a tour. This is a special.
A lot of kids come out here. A lot
Yeah.
of schools that come to this room right here.
Okay.
Yeah, we had Santa yesterday.
So, oh yeah. Okay. So there was a group here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. It's all right.
Santa come riding in on his bike.
Huh? Do you guys post anything on social media about your events or?
Yeah.
I mean,
we
no,
have
like what, like even after it happened, you do like a little, I don't know, video
Yeah.
of,
Yeah, did you see the video?
no.
Yeah, we
Is there-
had
If you got Facebook, we're on Facebook.
Okay, you posted this on Facebook?
Yeah, we actually
Okay.
had a video where you could see him
All right.
come riding in on this bike path here.
I'll
so
just,
that's
yeah,
why
I'm
I
kind of
asked,
curious. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see that on your LED sign. It says say check us out on Facebook. So
Yep.
now I'm curious. Now I got
We
Wi-Fi.
post stuff all the time on there, like,
Okay, yeah. You just,
information for the area, the parks and all that.
yeah, the activities and you were posting in advance the events that happened yesterday. So that's neat. Keeping active in the winter time. That's cool. Yeah, and I've been seeing roads north of here that say no trucks over 10,000 like 10 tons can drive on these roads between like January and April. No trucks allowed on these roads over 10 tons that are allowed to drive on these.
Pavement's not made for heavy weights with the freezing and thawing,
It's a part of a three.
so it'll smash and destroy the roads if they're on in those times, if it's froze and thawed.
Yeah.
Froze and thawed.
I thought-
Soft.
Yeah, I've never noticed. Yeah, I've never seen it. That's unique for this area because I've never seen that anywhere else, especially in the west. At least west stays a little drier, so
Yeah.
it.
We gotta watch our roads, these the main highways are fine, usually they make pavement, they can hold up.
Yeah.
Off roads and stuff.
Yeah, and the roads.
Protect.
The roads are pretty bad up north. North of Mount Vernon, those areas, they're rough. I mean, I had, you got suggested speed of 35 is too fast for the road conditions. They post that for a smooth road, but but you guys maintain these roads pretty. You probably have a higher standard than.
The county does this road, it's the main highway here.
Oh, it's-
We just recently did it. Pretty bad shape. We gotta fix it.
Oh yeah, you can't let a crack can turn into a small crack can turn into something bigger. You have a higher standard for safety because if that dam goes, it could take out the city. I'm sure. You could have.
Few areas that we flood out.
Yeah, and then who gets sued? This is
They come after us.
this is the standards are.
Yeah, we got high standards, we got to check a few couple 100,000 people with that dam right there, so.
Yeah, and so.
I'm gonna go in
So-
and close.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I'll be out here for a little bit, so just.
All right, anything, just come in
So,
and see us.
yeah, if I have, okay, sounds good.